Okay guys, let's get started with the tutorial of the Huda Beauty Smoky Obsessions palette. This palette is so good. It's the perfect travel palette. It has every color you would need, and I am just obsessed. So for look one, we're going to do a cut crease, just a neutral, basic cut crease. So we're going to grab this nice camel transition color and just apply this into our crease and blending it up and out with a tapered blending brush. And now using this matte chocolate brown and a slightly smaller tapered blending brush, we're just going to deepen up that crease, blending it into the first transition shade, just creating, as I said, a little bit more depth. Now we're going to grab our concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape, and we are just going to carve out our cut crease. So you want to do it a little bit above where your natural crease would be, because it just looks crisper and cleaner, and it won't crease when you blink. So I'm just using a liner brush. You can also use an eyebrow brush or a pencil brush to do this. And just take your time, make sure it's nice and perfect. Don't rush it. And then blend the concealer down so that it's not obvious. And I'm just fixing things up, you know, because I'm not perfect. Making sure it's nice and crisp. So now we're going to darken that even more with the darkest matte brown shade of the two, and just apply this using a pencil brush right on the cut crease. And now using a shader brush, we're going to pick up that beautiful foily metallic champagne shade and just pack this all over the lid. And now apply that matte brown, the first one, onto the lower lash line, and then grab that camel shade that we started in our transition color and apply that just over top, blending the lower lash line, and then apply your liquid eyeliner. This one is the NYX matte liquid liner, and it is my holy grail liquid liner. It is so matte and just so pretty. And now apply some falsies. These ones are just no-name mink lashes. And some mascara, and that is look number one. So now for look number two, we're going for a nice smoky golden look. So again, using that camel transition shade, we're just going to apply this with a blending brush into our crease. Make sure it's nice and blended and diffused. And then that same matte brown. I only use mattes in my transitions or in my crease pretty much, so that doesn't give me tons of options with this palette, but these are my go-tos. So grab that matte brown and just build up that color in the crease. And just keep on building it up until it gets to the opaqueness, is that a word, that you would like. And then blend everything together, make sure it's nice and smooth, that there's no patchiness. And now I'm going to grab this deep brown shimmer shade and just pack this onto the outer corner of the eye using a pencil brush. And I just kind of remove pressure as I get closer to the center of the lid, and this just kind of helps it to blend itself. And now using my finger, I'm going to apply this beautiful gold shade just onto the blank space of the lid. And I'm applying that same shimmery brown shade onto the outer corner of my lower lash line, and then blending that with the camel shade. And now apply your liner. This again is the matte liquid liner from NYX. My hair is so yellow in this video, dear God. Now apply your falsies. These are the same ones from before. And that is look number 2. Now finally for look number 3, we're going for a nice, beautiful, well, beautiful in my eyes, shimmery silver halo. I cannot think right now. Oh my gosh. So again, using that camel shade as a transition because it's the only transition shade for a fair-skinned person like myself. And now grabbing the darkest chocolate matte brown shade and just applying this into the crease just like the other 2 looks, okay? And for some reason, this darker shade goes on kind of patchy, whereas the lighter matte shade, which I used second in the other looks, went on a lot smoother. So I had to work a little harder to blend this out. And now again, using that dark brown matte shade and just building up that crease, making it more dramatic. And now make sure it's all blended. And finally picking up the matte black shade, which is such a beautiful black. It is so opaque. And apply this using a pencil brush onto the outer corner of the eye. And make sure you pack this, don't swipe it because you will get tons of fallout. So again, I'm relieving pressure as I get closer to the center of my eye. That way it just kind of blends itself. And now blend it into the crease shades. And then apply it into the inner corner with a slightly smaller brush, leaving the center of the lid blank. Now again, make sure it's all nice and blended. And now doing the same thing that we did to the upper lid to the lower lid. So the black on the outside of the eye or outer corner of the eye, and then blending it with the matte dark brown and then with the camel shade. And now my favorite shade from this palette, which is the whole reason I bought the palette, is this beautiful silver. So we're going to pack this on with our finger because it is just so creamy. A brush just will not work. As you can see, this is just so pigmented and beautiful. And now line your lash line, nothing crazy, no wing, just wanting to darken up the lash line so that it blends into your false lashes nicely. So now apply your falsies. Some mascara. And that is the final look. Make sure to subscribe and like this video, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.